Greetings, current sixth graders and current seventh graders. We'd also call you rising seventh graders and rising eighth graders. It's Dr. St. John, of course, broadcasting live here from the principal's office. And this is the time of year. Typically, I meet with you in the cafetorium and we review the course selection sheet. This year, we're going to do this virtually for obvious reasons and give you this information through this video. We'll tell you that I may not answer all of your questions through this video, but I'm sure I want to answer most of them. Your teachers are great resources as they can answer many questions about completing the course selection sheet. And if you have other questions, feel free to just come on down and see one of the guidance counselors or myself, or one of the other administrators. So let's just dig right in. Your advisory teacher will be giving you a course selection sheet. This presentation is for both incoming and in 7th and 8th graders. I've got both the 7th grade and the 8th grade course selection sheet on the screen. The sheet that you will have will be a color, most likely, unless you are real-time at home or ESAC student. It'll be this white color. At any rate, I'm speaking to all of you, and there's not a whole lot of differences in the course selection sheet between 7th and 8th grade, so I feel like this is appropriate. We can reach our goals here of giving you the information you need to complete this successfully, and then back to your advisory teacher. Real-time at home and ESACs students, you'll be given some separate instructions on getting this back, most likely via email to Tara McCardle, a secretary here in our office. At any rate, both 7th and 8th grade, incoming 7th and 8th graders, you'll need to complete the information at the top of of the sheet that you're looking at. And if you're interested in knowing more, if you're interested in being contacted about the potential for being enrolled in SACS Virtual Academy, previously known as ESACS, for the 21-22 school year, you're going to check this box, okay? Or you're going to put a little check right here. If you do that, then a staff member will reach out to your parent to continue some dialogue about the possibility of you being in the Virtual Academy, formerly known as ESACS, okay? Now, regardless, if you want to be an ESACS or you don't, you're going to fill out the rest of this form. So if you want that information, someone will reach out to you, put an X there, and you're going to continue on down the form. Everyone has to fill out the rest of this, okay? Now, 7th and 8th graders, incoming 7th and 8th graders, back a year ago, I promised you that when you get to 7th and 8th grade, you would have more elective choices. And the reason why you get more elective choices, one of the reasons is because you have fewer required classes. If you look here in the box for 7th graders have 6 slots, required slots filled in their schedule. Just one language arts class, a math class, science, social studies, the team and tech class, and then a required rotation in the 7th grade where you have 3 6-week classes of PE split up by 3 6-week classes, Art 7, Skills for Adolescents, and Tech Ed. 8th grade's a little bit different. You do have the 5 required courses that are the same: language arts, math, science, social studies, and team and tech. But the rotation looks a little bit different. The required PE rotation in 8th grade is a semester of PE and then a semester of prep for college and careers. And there's a little star next for prep and college and careers. Prep for college and careers, you may earn Homestead High School credit for successful completion of that class in the 8th grade. Okay? So, however, whether you'll be a 7th grader or an 8th grader, your 6 of the slots in your schedule will be filled by those required courses in that box. And because we have 8 periods in our schedule, there will be 2 periods that you fill with electives. Now, as a 7th grader, you're new to this new bank of electives that that we can offer at Summit. Here's what you're going to do to complete the form. Regardless of what electives you want to take, we want you to rank order, okay? Rank order based on your interest, 1 through 10, all of these classes here. These are our single semester electives right over here. Hopefully you can see that with the cursor. Okay, in step 1, 7th graders, you must do that. Also for 8th graders, same thing. Regardless of whether or not you get single semester electives in your schedule next year, we want you to rank order 1 through 11 based on your interest, all 11 of these. Number 1 would be the course that you want the most, and number 10 for 7th grade, and number 11 for 8th grade would be the course that you would want to avoid the most, otherwise that you would want the least, okay? So everyone's going to do that step 1, whether you're a 7th or an 8th grader. Rank order all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 7th, and to 11 for 8th graders, all right? And by the way, if you want to know more about these courses, maybe you're saying, oh, St. John, I'm not sure I can rank order them just based on the names of the courses. I really don't know what they're all about. If you go on our website, and this is some instructions here at the top of the form, course descriptions, so a couple paragraphs about each of these courses can be found in the 7th or 8th grade curriculum guide, which is a document on the school website, okay? If you go to the school counseling page on the Summit Middle School website, you'll find links to these course description guides for both the 7th and 8th grade, and in each of them you'll find detailed descriptions on not just our elective courses, but on all of our courses, okay? So everyone's going to complete step 1. Now, step 2. Okay, if you are interested, if you're a 7th grader and you're interested in taking a full year music course, then I want you to select one music course. You're not going to rank order these. You're just going to put an X next to which one that you want to take. Now, if you're a 7th coming into the 7th grade and you did not take band in the 6th grade, know that you cannot check band 7. You're not allowed to go into it. You have to have band 6 to take band 7, unless you speak with Mr. Yale and he grants you some sort of exception, okay? But here in step 2, you're only going to complete step 2 if you want to take a full year of music. If you do, then you're going to check which one of these you want to take. Same thing if you're going to be an 8th grader next year, complete step 2 only if you want to take a full year of music. Now, again, if you want to take band 8, you would have had to have taken band 7. If you didn't take band 7, don't click band 8 because you won't be able to take it. All right. Also, another music course, which is a semester-long course that's open to 8th graders only here, you'll see is jazz band. Okay. A prerequisite for jazz band must be that you would have taken band 7 during your 7th grade year, and that you're also taking band 8. Okay. So for 8th graders who want to take band 8 and jazz band, you're going to click both of those lines right there. Put an X on both of those lines. Okay? Now, I'm realizing this should say step 3. It says step 2. Well, regardless, okay, if you're going to be a 7th grader and you want to take a world language course, okay, then you want to pay special attention here to, this is step 3, it should say step 3, okay? You're going to note the courses that you want to take and rank order them if there's more than one. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm interested in taking Spanish or Latin, but I do not want to take French. If that's you, then you would have to decide, okay, which one do you like most, or do you want to take most, Spanish or Latin? If the answer to that is Latin, then you'll put a 1 right here next to Latin, okay? And if Spanish is your second choice, you would put a 2 next to Spanish. And if you didn't want to take French, if you're like, I do not want to take French no matter what, then you're not going to put anything. You're going to leave this blank next to French, okay? But if you're willing, let's say you're willing to take any 3 of those world languages, okay? and your first choice is French, and your second choice is Latin, and your third choice is Spanish, then you're going to put a 1 here next to French, a 2 next to Latin, and a 3 next to Spanish. Same thing over here for you 8th graders. You're going to note which ones you're willing to take, and you're going to rank order them. Now, if you're a student and you're like, I do not want to take a world language next year whatsoever, I just don't think I'm ready for it, for whatever reason, you're just going to leave those blank and you're not going to complete step 3, okay? So in summary, all students are going to complete step 1 no matter what. All of you 7th and 8th graders are going to complete step 1, okay? You're going to complete step 2, okay, about the music courses only if you want to take a full year of music, all right? And you're going to complete step 3 only if you want to take a world language course, and you're going to rank order the ones that you're willing to take, leaving the ones you don't want to take blank. Okay? All right, and again, that should say step 3 right there. Now, it's really important that you take this home and you discuss this with your parent. Okay? Your parent should be a part of the decision-making process. That's the expectation. This is not, we're not going to schedule you until we have a student and a parent signature here at the bottom. Okay? And this needs to go back to your advisory teacher no later than February 11th. I believe that's Thursday of next week. You real-time at home and ESAC students, since you're not necessarily seeing your an advisory teacher every day, we're going to give your parents some different instructions via email. And I think the best way to do this might be to take a picture of this or scan it in some way and send it to the email address that we're giving to your parents, okay? You can also drop it in the mail. We'll give you some instructions, all right? We'll give you some instructions when we email your parent. Now, super important on the back, whether you're going to be a 7th grader or an 8th grader next year, that you read the back of this, okay? There's a lot of important information about 7th and 8th grade math placement, honors placement. Bottom line, to get in our honors courses, and our honors courses that I'm talking about here would be honors language arts, honors science, and honors social studies. Okay, that's what I'm talking about here with this honors placement. The math course that you took this year, you're just going to take the next one in the progression. We'll schedule that for you. But if you want to take honors next year, here's how that's going to happen. First of all, if you had honors classes this year, honors language arts, honors reading, honors social studies, and honors science, if you were successful in those courses, we're just going to schedule you for them again next year. You won't have to say anything. We're just going to know if you were successful, and we'll schedule you into those courses, okay? However, if you weren't in those courses and you scored a 96% in language usage or reading on the NWEA this year, then we're going to automatically place you in those courses next year unless you tell us otherwise. If you didn't have honors this year and you didn't score a 96 percentile in NWEA and you want to be placed in those honors courses next year, then you need to make sure that you read these paragraphs, because we have an honors application process where you would just alert a guidance counselor, your guidance counselor, that you would like to take honors next year, and we would schedule you a time to come in and write an essay, and we would review that essay with your teachers and make a decision about putting you in all those honors classes next year. And you can take one or more of those. Yeah, so make sure you pay attention to that and you meet that deadline, okay? I think you can read the rest of this here at the bottom. Just make sure you review it all with your parent. Yeah, so I wanted to keep this to 15 minutes, so I'm going to end it now. And your teachers are good resources for answering questions you might have. Of course, you can even rewatch this video with your parent if you thought that might be most supportive to you. Good luck. Make sure you make the deadline for turning this in.